Hi everyone, we created an app called BruinCal, which is a mass shared calendar designed for UCLA students and UCLA student-led organizations to upload and view events that are happening across campus. Let's start by signing up as an organization. So you can see when we type in our email here, we're going to try and register as an organization, but we actually will not allow people to just put in any email. We web scraped emails from the UCLA Soul site to ensure that organization owners must use their officially registered email in order to create an account. So you can see this email is not authorized, so we're going to switch to one that is authorized. And then that will give us a confirmation code that is sent to the same email so that we can make sure that all the correct owners are the ones being signed up. So now that we're logged in, we're going to start seeing a calendar page with some events populated already. Organizations are the only account that can add an event, so let's go ahead and try that. We're going to start populating the details, just like the title, category, location, and then the start and end time, which is set so that you cannot set an event in the past. And then you can also edit the capacity and then add a description for any potential attendees. Once we've submitted that and we go back to the calendar, we can see our event is created.
And then on the calendar page, you can press on these events to go to event cards. You can also on the calendar page do some additional things like filtering for different types of events you want to see. So you can filter by event type. You can also filter by the organization type that's hosting the event, as well as you can also search for specific events. Um, and it's just a simple substring match. And you can also additionally switch between a monthly view and a weekly view, where you can see events happening on specific weeks versus specific months. In the monthly view, if there's more than two events happening on a day, you can press this button below. You can see the other events on that day.
I said before, you could also select on the events on this actual calendar page to view all the details that the event has to offer. For example, time, date, start, location, description, all the different things that you need to look at. And then if we go back to the profile page, we can see certain organization details here, organization name, description, yada, yada. You can edit any of these fields that you need to, except for the email. So we change the name, we change the description, um, any of those things that you'd like to change, and they'll propagate to the backend when you click save.
And then on the side, you can see the events that we're hosting. So as you saw before, we created a specific one for watch parties. So we can go in and we can edit some specific details. Let's say we want to be more specific. Maybe it's a watch party for some kind of sport. We can also then change the category, update event. And when we go back to calendar page, we can see it will update accordingly. We also have capability to delete an event. So if we just add a really simple event right now, just for deletion purposes, we can say something like this. Oh, we also have time checking, so something can't exceed, for example, 24 hours. So if we do something like this, then we go back to our profile page, we can see the ability to delete something like that. We go here, it's totally gone. Now, if we go to log out, we can also switch to a user view.
So once an organization posts an event, as a student account, we can view these events on our calendar or the upcoming event pages.
When signing up for a student account, you must sign up with an @g.ucla.edu email. Otherwise, you get restricted from creating a new account.
So here we signed in. And on the calendar pages, we can see that we have filters for organization type, event type, and the search bar. So we can filter by philanthropy, culture, academic, for example, and see what type of events show up based on what the organization have posted on the calendar.
Now in the calendar page, from the student view, you can see the events that other organizations have created. For example, you can see the Watch Party Sports event that we just created from the organization account we demoed.
So from the calendar, we can also open up the events and go to the event card, and you can see we can RSVP here. So we'll do that for a couple of events. And then if you go to our saved events page, then you can see these events populate here. You can also see that we have the same filter options as the calendar. We can filter by event type and the organization type as well. And you can also un-RSVP from here. So if you un-RSVP, you can see that the same event, the RSVP count will decrement. So it should go from 2 to 1 here, like so.
Now we can take a look at our upcoming events page. So this is just a page of a list view of all the events instead of it being on a calendar. And here you can toggle around with the date range, and it will show only the events within that date range. You can also sort the events by name, RSVP count, or date, either by ascending or descending based on the last column. Here you also can open up the event card after you found the event you want to join and RSVP it from here as well. And lastly, you can log out from the account.